Good morning, everybody. It is October 11th. It's about 40 degrees out here. The sun is starting to come up over the hill over there. Absolutely beautiful day. Perfect weather for bow hunting. So I want to pick up where we left off the other day. I took you to the old stone jail. The old stone jail is really cool for the simple fact it gives you a history of this area. You know, Fluvanna, Palmyra, there's a lot of really neat stuff in there. So if you have the time to stop by there, the historians have done a really good job of, putting all that together and just collecting all that stuff. I mean, very, very cool. And then on top of that, just the building itself is just absolutely amazing how they built it. Stop by and check it out if you get a chance, and definitely support the old stone jail. It's very important to hang on to some of the history like that because it kind of gives you just a way to go back. The biggest thing for me is never forget where you've been, and that's where everything kind of started in this area. So very cool. Definitely step by and check it out. So let's get back to land. Land is getting bought up around here left and right. So a lot of the lands that a lot of the locals and just people moving in here have hunted for many, many years is disappearing. People moving in here after COVID, just trying to get a little piece of land themselves to be able to survive, because they know that they can't count on everything else. They have to count on themselves. And I got to be honest with you, that's very important. Homesteading a piece of property and just living off the land is just very important. You have to know how to live, because nobody's going to sit here and hand you stuff when things hit the fan and there's nothing. So you have to know how to survive. So that's where we're at. And what I want to do is show you some of the areas that are getting built up that were very rural out here, and animals had the roam of the land. They could go anywhere they wanted without having any issues, and now there's just not a lot of habitat for these animals, and that's kind of what I want to show you, and then we'll get back to some of the other stuff. So let's take another ride, and we will see you here in a second. So just in this little area right here, there's been, in the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, there's been a lot of homes being built, and then a lot of them getting sold, bought and sold. So a lot of these fields are getting used. I think that's kind of the easiest property to get, is something that is already cleared off. So there's one right there. That one there was built recently. Really nice home, nice little piece of property. And then right back through here used to be a lot of, open, not just open fields, but heavily wooded areas where sometimes they get logged. There's a new one there, fairly new. And right down here on the right, here is another new one right back there, brand new. And then just a little bit more, there was a new one, and then I think they stayed in it for a couple of years, and then they're in the process of selling it. So here's another new one. Nope, that one's not the new one. New one's up here a little bit further, I think. Yeah, there we go. There's a fairly new one there. Then a brand spanking new one off to the left here. I think there's something else going on in the back there, some more homes. But you can see the land is slowly getting bought up and then subdivided and then turned into homes. So I think right up here, yep, right here, we've got some logging going on, so you know what's going to happen there. And then this little stretch here is all up for sale, and this is a very large area. I think right now they got corn planted in it. So this is just right around my property, and it's going fast. I mean, a lot of people moving in here, so we got some markers there where they come out and surveyed. And then all this Right here is for sale. For sale. And a lot of this is really good dove land. If I was to dove hunt, this is definitely where I would want to dove hunt. There we go. That one's up for sale. Up here on the left, there's a new home. There we go. Nice little homestead going there. Alright, so I'm going to skip ahead and go to another area. So this is just the country block around my location, and it's steadily being sold and grown up with homes. So we'll see you in a second. Alright, here's another one for sale. Cornfield. Don't know how big that property is. And then right next to it here is a nice little farm. Open land. Very nice area. So this little area through here, there wasn't much. This was a very large area, and here's what you've got in this area. Nice little horse farm, looks like. And in this area right up here, 14 years ago, when we were looking for a piece of property, this was nothing but woods. And now there is, just here within the past couple years, a new home there. A new one right up here. That's a new one to the left. And then a couple more down through here. So all this used to be nothing but woods. It was a very big piece of property. There's a new home there. And a couple brand new ones coming in up here, I believe. I think this is the area I remember seeing. Yeah, right there. So it's off way back in there. Yeah, there it is right there. So there's a brand new one going in there. And then even a couple more further up here. More survey in there. Yep. And then even a couple more right up here. So all this land right here is kind of within my country block, I guess you could say, and it's getting built up really, really quick. So this is another very large area that these houses are popping up faster than, wow, a tree would grow. Well, actually more than that. They're popping up faster than nothing. I mean, oh, is that one for sale? Oh, no, it's another politician sign. Look at that. So all these homes right here, within a couple years, so they got put in here really quick. And it seems like they moved them in here on a truck. That's how quick they came in. And then there's another one there being put together, sold. So this area grew up really quick. So here in Fluvanna County, there's a place called Zion Crossroads. And this is growing up really fast. This is kind of the next short pump. So a lot of your major companies are moving in here. Let me just bring you through here. And this is a lot of the growth is right here in this area. Now, short pump down in Richmond, I remember 2000 was it was less than this. I mean, it was a very rural area. And if you look at short pump today, it has just exploded. And it's like a major area now. So Zion Crossroad, they came in and put this fancy intersection in, and then from here it's just been skyrocketing. All right, so this is the little intersection. This is kind of one of the first areas that created this, and now they're starting to pop up everywhere. And this is a very interesting intersection, and it works very well. I mean, So right up here, you've got a lot of major players, Lowe's, Walmart, and just a lot of different companies moving in. So just this Spring Creek Shopping Center area right here, and just past down the road, there's another area which is a giant subdivision. I mean, very large. I don't know what the last numbers are, but just very large. So in order to support even something that big, things have to grow. So that's what's going on here at Zion, which just is more people moving in and needing different things. I mean, you got to move to an area that has a Walmart, Kmart, and well, places to eat and all that good stuff. So that's kind of what's happening in this area. All right, so it looks like it's obvious that this person here does not want people to hunt on their property. And some more posted property. And another one. And some more. And another one. And I think they don't want anybody trespassing on their property. All right, so the bottom line here, the area is growing and it's changing rapidly. Just in the past 2 or 3 years, I've seen so many homes come into the area that I'm at and buying up land and building subdivisions and building homes, even farming, whatever that person or whoever moves in here, it is their right to be able to buy a piece of property and live their life like everybody else does. Now, a lot of people come in here, they don't like hunting, and they have to post the land to keep the hunters out, or they just want to hunt the land themselves. There's always a story somewhere. In my situation here, this was a little 10-acre piece of property, and it was vacant for many years. So a lot of people use this area for kind of like a hunting staging point, whatever you want to call it. So the first thing I had to do is, post the land not to say I'm anti-hunting, but so I could hunt it myself. There's a lot of things I use the woods for, from growing mushrooms, ginseng. There's a lot of stuff that I do in the woods that you don't see until you're in the woods. So long story short, the area is growing very fast. And a lot of people are moving into this area. So a lot of the hunting land is disappearing. So the only thing you can do is either lease land or buy land or use a public land. But public land is a whole nother story there. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit later. But overall, that is what's going on. So we're losing a lot of our hunting lands to homes and people wanting a piece of Virginia. Well, that's it for now. I've probably talked way too long, and we will talk to you in the next one.